Hello guys and welcome to Tume number 3. Uh, Now this episode is a little bit depressing and very hard for me, but before we get started on that stuff, let's talk about some more enthusiastic stuff. Uh, Last night I did something fucking incredible. Not only did I gold GT3's A7 license on first try, but I also got a very good PB, sub 130. The time was exactly 1:27.4, but still. So yeah, that will be beaten in a while, I'm sure. Even though I could still do a little bit better, because I managed to fail even some easy tests that should be first gold, but either way, so if you're interested to see how the run went, go check it out. But now, on the more pressing subjects. So I've actually been kind of depressed lately, and that's mostly to do with one of my friends, parting ways. Well, I wouldn't say permanently, but still has parted ways. And like I said in the previous Doomsday video, or well, discussion video in the first place, I said I was gonna go visit my dad, and the trip went well. It was my first time driving a long distance, a road trip on my own, and it went okay. But the visit, it could have been better because my dad's got some issues with his back, so he was unable to play with me as I wanted to play a lot of games, not console games, but board games and outdoor games and stuff like that, but his back mostly prevented from doing that, so it could have gone a lot better. It's kind of sad how his back is these days, but and while I was there, I visited this city next to my dad where he lives, and there was some idiot who basically drove in front of my car. It was an intersection where you're supposed to avoid the one coming from the right, give room, but he didn't give room. He just came from, well, how should I show it? Well, imagine that you guys are me, so the one coming from the left should be avoiding you, but then you go, and then suddenly I hit the car's side a little bit, but thankfully I only escaped without jump scare. My car didn't get that much damage, just a small mark in the front. I can actually show you a picture right here. So it was nothing major, but still, what an idiot. Though it's partly my fault because even though he was supposed to avoid me, I should still look out for left, or in your case, because you never know what kind of people are driving out there. And I think he was in a hurry too, because he didn't even stop after the crash, he just carried on, so I stopped somewhere and inspected the damage, but thankfully I walked away with little damage. The biggest damage mostly on the mental side. And when I got back home from the road trip, I actually couldn't stay awake pretty well because I was very drowsy, my eyelids feeling heavy, so then I actually ended up on the side of the road and quickly tried to turn back on the road, but my side mirror hit a post, so that was totally on me. But again, very good luck that I only walked away with a little damage. That could have been much worse. I could have been caught completely on the ditch. But other than that, the return trip was all safe and sound. Now the friend I was talking about, I've been thinking I was annoying her or like being a trouble, a bother, so I wanted to just give her some space and leave her alone. But I actually wanted to inform her when I went to my dad's that I'm coming there, so she lives nearby, so I could have visited her, but she never replied, so that made me very upset. So I just removed her and moved along. Though I hope to reconnect one day, but I'm still nervous whether or not that'll happen in the first place. So that's really on my mind right now. I'm constantly thinking about it. I try to play games and do stuff to distract myself so I won't be caught in the awful thoughts, but unfortunately I can't do stuff all the time, so whenever I'm not doing that I often think very deeply and end up in those kind of thoughts. So I'm really worried about that. Like, she didn't even reply, so I think she's ignoring me on purpose. But I try not to think about it, but I still do. And another thing that's worrying me is that I often have dreams of me being in motorsports, me having fun with a girlfriend. But when I wake up, I return to the cruel, cold truth, the depressing everyday life that I have. Well, of course, it's not always depressing, like down in the dumps in the darkness, but it's still pretty sad. Like, I just play games, but what else do I do? I don't even have many friends. Thankfully, I got that one friend who I, by the way, played again with not long ago. Just a few days, I guess. Not even a week. But still, those dreams just keep haunting me, and sometimes I wish I could stay in the dreaming realm for a little while. But sadly, I cannot sleep a whole day. Sad dreams don't last very long. But yeah, that was about all the sad stuff I had to say. I'm just very upset with that friend I have, if I even have her as my friend. But now for some other stuff. You might have been watching me stream Road Rage 3 and Road Trip Adventure. Those are two new games I found. When I was visiting my dad, I found Road Rage 3. It seemed interesting to me, so I decided to get it. It's another one of those Japanese kawaii drifting racing games. But this one in particular is a part of a series called Touge, where you drive mountain passes with Japanese cars. And another find, which I did just lately, was a Road Trip Adventure. So it's another kawaii Japanese game, but it's a role-playing game instead of racing. So you take control of a car, which act as humans, as living beings in that game, and you explore, you do mini games, you do racing. And I also tried to speedrun that, and I'm very glad I got even one run in, because the run pretty much revolves around roulette, that you bet all of your money, and if you get the right number you win lots of money and you can buy racing parts with it, so you can do the run very quickly. So I got at least one run done, but it's still very bad. And another find I did when I was going to my dad's, like when I was going there, along the way I stopped by at a flea market, and I also found Sly 2. I wasn't really interested or desperate to get this, but I thought why not, because I've been curious how Sly's like, so I got that one and I'm gonna play it someday, but not yet. I'm not entirely interested just now, so maybe when the time's right. And curiously, from the same flea market, I found the Dragon Ball Z Tree of Might VHS movie. And from the flea market where I found Road Rage 3, I found the same movie but as a DVD. Like, how silly is that? What are the odds? And I wasn't desperate to get that for those either, but it was out of curiosity, and why not? I can always sell them later for a decent price. And now I got some big announcement to make. Since I haven't been studying for many years now, and we've been thinking how we should proceed with my occupational therapy, we now decided that I would go study in a special kind of college where we examine what kind of job or working life would be for me. And that means I'll also move to the city next to us, so I'll have my own little apartment, hotel room, and I'll be living there for a little while. And with any good luck I can still stream there if the upload speed is good, but if the internet is not good enough, then there will be no streams for a little while. Only recordings if I do even those. But with any luck, let's hope the best that there will be a good upload speed so I can still stream on the college. But obviously I won't be doing late streams because I need to get up early each day for a school day. But either way, I really hope that the upload speed is good. Not only that I could stream, but if I got something to, upload, then it wouldn't take an eternity. So yeah, that's the big announcement that I had to make. So I'm going to a certain college. Doesn't really have an actual name, but still, it's a special kind of place for me. So we'll find out how the internet's gonna be there. What else? I pretty much said everything now, but well, yeah, I got nothing else to say in this video, really, except that I also tried de-rusting Crash Team Racing, but I'm still horribly good at the game, so I'm pretty frustrated by that. Like, how on earth can people run it so easily? They have practiced lots and lots and lots. Meanwhile, I'm terrible at the game. But I'll still try and get a decent run at both Road Trip Adventure and Crash Team Racing. I want a decent time someday, at least, so I can stop and be happy with it. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. So I really hope things will get better from here. I would finally get forward with my studies, and I could reunite with a friend. I could always add her back, but I just wanna give some space to her because I really think I'm being an annoyance and she doesn't want to talk. So I guess we'll find out if later on she feels like forgiving and wants to add me back and reconnect, but that's to find out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, when I was visiting that, I also visited my birthplace where I was born, and that was an awesome experience, and I'll upload a separate video on that. But for now, I hope you enjoyed, and even if you did not, I hope you still support me. So I'll catch you guys later.